Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as RetroLemon, and I believe this is episode 133. Gosh, getting up there it feels like. I feel like I have lots to talk about today. So real quick though, I want to run through knit-alongs. Today is Wednesday the 27th. So we have just a few more days left of the RetroLemonStudio toy knit-along. Lots of entries are rolling in. Great to see. We have a wonderful prize. Up for grabs is going to be a skein of Vesper sock yarn. It is 100% superwash merino in the delightful colorway that was sent to me by Amanda, and it's up for grabs. So, gosh, it's hard to believe it's already the end of August. Like, I feel like August has just gone flying by. So that means I'm so excited. The striped sweater knit along is coming up. I am ready. I'm so stoked. I'm ready to go. I can see it from here. I was gonna have it sitting here, but I'm like, I have my bag ready. Like, it's the bag, the pattern, the yarn, everything in it, ready to go. I actually have 2 bags ready. I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to start with the 3-in-1 sweater or the Right as Rainbow, but I would like to knit both sweaters, so 2 sweaters in the 2 months. So that knit along is going to run from September 1st through October 31st. So you will have 2 months. You can make as many sweaters as you want, and up for grabs for prizes to tempt y'all to go get your yarn ready. One is a skein of Vulmiza, and it is the 100% superwash merino in the Bussy colorway. Beautiful, beautiful red. It's like a real cranberry red. I think it's looking not quite as red on my screen from what I see, but it is a nice cranberry red. Beautiful, be perfect if you needed to knit something for the holidays, a shawl or a scarf. And then also up for grabs is a skein of Daisy Knits. Her Vine base. It is called Tango, is the colorway. It is 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon, 400 yards. Beautiful. And she is super, super sweet and super, super nice. Jennifer of Daisy Knits. Got to meet her at Zombie Knitpocalypse, and she let me grab something to give away to all of you. So that's it for knit along information. Really quick, since we're talking about like all kinds of like business type stuff, because I'm not sure where else to put it. It kind of would go in with acquisitions, but anyway, I just want to put it out there and let people know this is going on. So in Northeast Ohio in September we have what's called the Yarn Discovery Tour, which is a yarn shop hop, as they get called. And right now you can go and buy your passports, as they call them. So this is what you get. It's $5. You can pick them up at any participating yarn store. Mine is Black Locust Farm, so that's where I picked mine up. And look at this year's tote. So it's a clear tote, has the logo on it. So it runs from September 5th through September 20th, but you pick these up, you can pick them up as of now until the thing starts. It's a nice zippered tote. It's big. Like, it's really big. This is the nicest tote I've seen them have so far. You get your passport. So this year it's an actual little booklet. One year I got it was like a little tri-folded piece of paper. So when you go to a yarn shop and you spend $10, you get a stamp. And when you get so many stamps, you can get entered in for other drawings. And then it's really neat because it gives the name of the yarn store. So I'm like trying to look for my LYS because of course I want to promote it. So like Black Locust Farm. So it gives Black Locust Farm's address, phone number. This just has the email address. It doesn't have her website, and then their regular store hours, and then in addition to their regular store hours, on the back it gives mandatory hours that every shop has to be open in addition to their regular hours. So really cool how they set that up this year. And then you get a little notepad and a pen with the Yarn Discovery Tour logos and stuff on it. So for $5, I'm like, you know, I can squeak out $5 right now for this really super awesome tote. It's just so big. It's huge. It has a really nice bottom. Really just durable. I saw it and I was like, OMG, I have to have that. So nice long straps. Really, really awesome. So like I said, if you're in Northeast Ohio, even if you just want the bag. But, I mean, I really encourage you to go and try out some different LYSs if you're in the area. Because it's good to get out and see what's out there. I mean, you know, some, you just might be like, maybe this isn't the shop for me. And other shops you're like, I'm so glad I stopped in here because this is awesome and I'm, you know, we'll come back again and again. So, like I said, just throwing that out there. There's also a website. It is yarndiscoverytour.com, which you can give full. You can get a map, directions through Google. It lists all the stores, so you can look and see if there's one within a comfortable distance for you to go get a passport. Oh, finished objects. I have finished objects. I feel like I have been like uber productive this week, right? Like I have just been cranking things out. So the first thing I finished, I can't show you because it's already living at the yarn shop. So I did finish my Leaves of Change shawl in the Cascade Heritage Silk in the Primavera colorway, which is that beautiful limey green. Such a nice yarn to work with. I really enjoyed it. It blocked out beautifully, and it's already on display in the shop. So I can't show you that, but I did finish the girl Super Beetle, which I jokingly was like, oh, we can name her Hankalina. Which, okay, I guess I was not aware that Hank was short for Henry, because the only Henrys I've ever known are like little boys. They're like my kids' age. Nobody calls him Hank. So I've never known a Hank or a Henry in real life, like an adult. And I guess it's like one of those weird things, like, so Hank is kind of like a nickname, because it's not that short. That much shorter than Henry, but it's kind of like, I guess Jack is like a nickname for John, which I knew, but it never made sense to me. So I guess it's like one of those situations. So lots of, like, I got so many comments that she could be Henrietta, which I don't know, I think I almost like Hankalina better. So really cute, purple cape, so awesome that there's a girl Super Beetle, because girls are super too, and I just had a lot of fun. So this will now go live at the LYS with some other knitted stuffies. So really awesome. I'm like, I need to make a girl one to hang around the house here too. We'll set her over there. And then, oh, I forgot to mention, for the yarn tour, because this ties in. So for the yarn tour, when you spend $10 and you get a stamp in your passport, you also get the free pattern that shop's giving away. So I was asked by the shop owner if I would be willing to design a pattern for the shop hop to be given away. And then it'll be given away to customers who spend the $10 or more during the shop hop, and then it'll be available on Ravelry for purchase. So I got it done, and I want to show it off because she's been showing it to people. So the free pattern is a cowl pattern, because this will be in the shop during the shop hop as a sample. So that's why I wanted to show it to you now, because I won't be able to show it to you later. It is made out of Noro Ayatori, and I just love it. I love these colors. I love how it stripes up, and it works so well with, it's kind of a lace pattern, right? It's not super, super lacy, but it's lacy enough, because this has beautiful drape. I so love this cowl. I love this yarn. I love everything about it. It's really drapey once I blocked it. Before I blocked it, it kind of stood pretty good. But it's drapey because it is silk. 61% silk, 39% wool, something like that. So it's Ayatori. It's spelled with an A. A-Y, A-T-O-R, I don't remember. It starts with an A. It's pronounced Ayatori. Love this so much. And it smells so good because I washed it in soak. Soak makes everything better. Okay, and so the name of the pattern is Humility and Grace, because when I was naming the cowl, I wanted to name it something that I felt reflected the shop. So the people there are amazing, the shop owner is amazing, it's such an amazing shop, and I believe that humility and grace is perfect. So there is this one, the shop owner knit one that had cashmere in it. I knit one out of Barocco DK, so there will be a few samples, kind of all different price points of yarn, solids, and then, you know, a Noro kind of stripey to show. But, oh, it smells so good. So happy with it. So I had 3 finished objects, and I have works in progress as well. So, I think it was Monday night, or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. I put out on Instagram that I was going to get the body of the sweater that I'm knitting for my husband done. And I got close. I got all of it done except for the edging, because I did not like the edging that was on the original sweater. So I am knitting the raglan sleeved Henley out of Knits Men Want. It is by Bruce Weinstein. Now, all of the pictures of this sweater, you don't see the edging. They all get cut off, which is really a disappointment. I don't know if I can show you any other ones without showing the pattern. I think that's the same. Oh, here he took the glasses off. But all of the pictures, I mean, there's close-up ones of details. None of them show the hem of the sweater. None of them. There's a reason. It's stupid. I did not like the way it is. So you were supposed to go and split the bottom, and like the front was a little longer than the back, and I don't like that. I don't like that in any sweaters. I would never, okay, I guess never say never, but at this point I would never make a sweater and have that detail. So I just went and did a 1x1 rib for 1 inch on the bottom. So I had gotten to the part, and I'm reading over like how to finish it off, and I'm thinking, oh, you probably just do a 1x1 rib so it'll match the 1x1 rib placket for the buttons here. But you don't. And I was like, well, that's kind of stupid. Because I was kind of frustrated at this point. I'm reading, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So I changed it. So I did that the next day, and then I was like, I always like to go and do the collar part, the collar finishing, before I move on to the sleeves, because I hate doing sleeves. And when the sleeves are done, I want to be done. I know myself well enough that I just want to be done. Well, then I'm reading how they want you to do the finishing on the collar. I didn't like that either. I'm like, it's gonna roll, and I don't like that, because this would have rolled too, and I was like, no rolling. So I changed that as well. And it's so funny because I've gone and I have now read, like a piece of fuzz on my lip, I have now read the notes other people have made that have knit the sweater. And yeah, nobody likes this pattern, I swear. Lots of people have changed lots and lots of things. So I have ends to weave in. So there will be the placket, and I just went and did however many rows they said to knit the way they wanted you to do it, and just did a 1x1 row. And I had my husband try it on, and it was awesome. It laid so nice. It was nice that it matched the placket and in the bottom detail. So I don't know how they want you to finish the cuff of the sweater. I don't know if they show you the cuff of the sweater. The guy's arms are always crossed. Now, I think they have you fold it down. I don't like that. I'm going to go and I'm going to just do 1 inch of 1x1 rib at the cuff as well. Because I think I like that better. Because I think you were supposed to go, and so it might not have rolled, but I think you were supposed to knit it and then fold it, and why? Why do all that extra work? And I like this much better. And my husband tried it on. It fits great. He likes it as well. So I did accomplish getting the body done and the collar. All that's left is sleeves and buttons. I don't have any buttons that I have found in my button stash that I think will go nicely with the sweater. They're all kind of just, I don't know, too feminine looking. So we'll have to find him some buttons. But I think once I'm done with this pattern, I am putting this up in my Ravelry book de-stash. Because that's on my agenda next. I've been cleaning out yarn. So a huge thank you to all of you who have bought from my stash. There's still plenty out there. But I think I'm going to go through books next. Because I've been going through things. We'll talk more about that in a slice of life, though. So, the other thing I have picked back up is the Cladonia shawl. Because I need to get this done by the end of September. I didn't really feel like starting something new at the moment. So, I just keep plugging away. I've added several rows to it, so it has grown. But nothing has really changed. And you know, I'm just thinking, I forgot to tell you all what yarn I used for the bug. So, alright, we're going to back up real quick and then move on to back to this. This is Cascade 220, regular 220. I couldn't tell you the color numbers. I lost the ball bands. But it's like a fuchsia, pink, and a very just purple. Good old straight up purple. The sweater here, Ella Rae Classic Superwash in the Classic Superwash Heather in the charcoal colorway. Just in case you're wondering, my husband tried the sweater and he's like, it's kind of itchy. I'm like, it's superwash yarn, it's not that itchy. He's like, it's kind of itchy, I'll have to wear a t-shirt under it. I'm like, it'll soften once I wash it, I promise. But I'm like, oh my gosh, he's being a diva over the itchiness. So, I'm knitting this Cladonia shawl. I cannot remember who designed it. I apologize to the designer. Not that I doubt the designer watches. It is being knit out of Madame Tosh Merino Light, in the Grasshopper, which is the green, and then Bloomsbury, which is the blue. So, it's just striping. Just 2x2 stripes. Increasing as I go along, where needed. So, it's been good, like, potato chip knitting, right? Like, you just watch some TV, sit there, knit on it. See, these are my two colors. Love these colors together. So, love TML. And those are the only two works in progress I have that I am working on. I'm doing so good at kind of staying on focus. I have really gone through, I finished a lot of things that I had started previously and not started really too much. My works in progress on Ravelry right now, I only have 5 things works in progress. Everything else I have frogged, or it's at least sitting in a pile to be frogged. Or if counted them as, you know what, I'm not going to work on this anymore, finish it. Because there's some things that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go back and I'll add to or finish, you know, a few things. Like, I'm kind of on the fence with the Beekeeper's quilt. I really don't know that I want to make any more hexapuffs, but I'm not ready to call it finished yet. So, I need to pick back up my Even Star. It's been sitting around for what, probably 2 years almost? Yeah. So, I have no Yarny Goodness this week, or Tools of the Trade, but I did pick up a magazine, so it's not going to be like a full-blown review. I just figured, I picked it up, I really liked it, figure I'll show you some things that I like. So I just picked this up last week. It's Interweave Knits Fall 2014. You know, it's so funny because within the last year, I feel Interweave has really stepped it up. Before that, I would, you know, maybe buy 1 issue a year, if that. Wasn't really digging the magazine. Now I'm like, maybe I'll get a subscription. But then I know, like, as soon as I get a subscription, it's probably going to go downhill. I'll be like, why did I do that? So one of the sweaters that I really like, I don't think I'll ever knit it because there's so much detail, but if somebody knit it for me, I would totally wear it. So it is the Rope Maker Pullover. I'm trying to look and see by Ashley Rayo. Really cute. Wouldn't do it quite in this color, but I love the pocket. The cables are so pretty. Here's another side shot of it. That's just way more intricate than I want to take on. But I do love it. You know, really, I like both of these. I was like, which one do I like better to show you? I like them equally. So the gray one is the Hitch Pullover by Vanessa Ewing. This one here. And the cream colored kind of tannish one is the Polo Pullover by Mari Chiba. Both, I mean, I love fall issues of magazines because that's what I love. I love fall, I love the colors, I love the styles for the sweaters. But this one's cute. It's the one on the cover. I like it because it's that burnt orange. I know that's why I'm attracted to it. It's called Red Fern Cardigan by Ramona Gaynor. Super cute. I'm not always a fan. I don't remember what those types of collars are that are kind of real wide and squarish. Now, one thing that seems to be a trend that I just really don't like, because it's a cute sweater otherwise, are the really wide, like, boat neck sweaters. I don't like those. I don't like the really wide necks. I don't find them comfortable. You always have to wear something under them, or just not my style. Alright, look, and there's one in here that I love. Like, I had to buy the magazine. I'm sorry. I need a drink and I don't have one. Come on, where is it? There it is. I love. I'm just looking to see if there's a bigger picture of it, because there should have been a bigger picture of it. I love the Roosevelt cardigan by Amanda Schuzger. I can't pronounce that properly, I'm sorry. But it's this one right here. I know you've all seen it on Ravelry if you're on Ravelry. I love that sweater. I want to make it. I want it to look just like that. I love everything about it. This one over here, the red, it's just okay to me. There's a lot of textures, but it's a little on the short side. It's kind of like a crop, not quite crop, but a shorter length. I don't like that the collar looks unfinished. The color is not a color I'd wear. So for me, it's just overall not a sweater that interests me. And then I know a lot of people are loving the Climbing Rose Henley. I think it's really pretty. I really like it. It has roses on it, hence the name. And it's not really a pattern or a motif that I like. I would probably change that. So it's this one up here, and this is a close-up of the detail. So lots of really, really great classic sweaters. There's some little shawls and stuff that are really of no interest to me in this one. But I think if you were really into sweaters, there's a lot of really great sweater designs. Definitely worth a look. And that's it for the knitting. Maybe I didn't have quite as much to talk about as I thought. I don't know. So if you just watched for the knitting, I will see you next week. And if you're sticking around for a slice of life, here we go. So I was talking about cleaning things out, and I've been on a kick. Huge kick. I feel like I just want to, like, I wish, like, it's kind of that, I think I've mentioned in the show, it's like that show Clean Sweep where they take everything out of your house and then you, like, sort through it and only put back the stuff you want, and you, like, have a garage sale or donate it or something. Totally wish I could do that with my whole house. I wish we could just, like, clean out the house, put back the stuff we wanted, really sort through stuff, and get rid of just about everything else. Like, that would be my total dream. But I can't do that. I'm not putting everything out in my yard. Not even one room at a time. That would be probably just a huge task and overwhelming, right? Like, on a TV show, they have a whole crew, and I don't even think the show's on anymore. But I totally have been in that mindset. Like, I totally have another whole carload of stuff to go to Goodwill. I've totally just gone through and totally cleaning things out. So I've been talking about hoarders and stuff, and it's so funny because so many other people who have are like, oh my god, I love that show, I'm so obsessed with it. But like after a while, it's kind of depressing, right? Like I'm like, man, it's just so sad. Like, you know, you see a small glimpse of people that are out there. Now, my grandma was a hoarder, so I totally know how stressful and frustrating and what an impact on the family that can have. So I was talking with a friend, we're talking about shows, and I was like, oh yeah, something came up suggested to me on Amazon, and it's American Pickers, and she's like, oh my god, that's such a great show. I am obsessed with American Pickers. Like, that's all I want to watch. Like, it's summertime, so everything's reruns. I don't want to watch anything else. If I'm going to watch TV, I want to watch some American Pickers. Because that's kind of how I grew up, like, being out with my grandma and my grandpa, who had me a lot as a kid, because both of my parents worked. And I remember going dumpster diving and trash picking and just, so awesome. And it's funny, because they'll go to hoarders' houses, right? And these hoarders will have really awesome things, and they're like, no, I'm not going to sell that. No, I'm not going to sell that. And I'm like, oh, they needed, like, a crossover show. But, yeah, totally love that show. If you have Amazon Prime, I don't know if it's on Netflix. I haven't looked, because it just came up on Amazon Prime. Totally gotta check it out. It's on the History Channel. There's like 8 seasons, but the first 5 are free with Amazon. So, but it makes me want to go through my stuff. Not that I, have, treasured things, anything that would be worth money, because that's not the kind of stuff I guess I collect. But, it's like, oh yeah, I see, people's homes, you need to get rid of this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, let's go pick through my own stuff, and, you know, I have found some things that they're not worth anything to anybody but me, but I like them, and I'm like, yeah, I totally had that hiding in the top shelf of this, you know, closet, and forgot I had it. Just bring it out, dust it off, and enjoy it. And, so much fun. I've had so much fun with that. I mean, I grew up going to flea markets, and I used to work at a flea market in the summer. Oh my god. It's so much fun. I was telling my husband, we need to go to a flea market. We don't have one close here. It's like this guy who says he has a flea market, and he puts out all this junk. I think he goes to, auctions, and he takes all the stuff other people didn't want for, dirt cheap, and then he's trying to sell it. Yeah, it's just not good stuff. It's not fun to go just dig through, pure trash. But, I was like, oh, we just for fun one day. Even if we don't buy anything, I miss going, you know. And, because I love old stuff. So, speaking of old stuff, okay, I know some people hate hearing about my bug, and other people love it. But I just had to share this because old stuff, because it's really neat when somebody has something, and they forget they have it until you trigger that memory of, oh yeah, I have that. So, my stepdad had this, and I don't know where he got it from, I don't know where he acquired it. He's never owned a Volkswagen. But it's from, Dietrich Motors in Sandusky, Ohio. And, it's from the 60s. I think from, early 60s, I don't remember if there's a date in it or not. But I think I had heard they were probably from, around 1963, which is, my favorite time. I love things from the late 50s to the early getting in close to the mid-70s. Well, 75 and later, not so much. But about 55, 56 to 74 is an era that I love. And I love things from there. So it's really cool. You got them at dealerships when you bought a Beetle. So this one's stamped. It's not in the best condition. It looks like the cover at one point it's been bent back. But it's really cute. So it's kind of like a little joke book. There are these little cartoons. I'm trying to look for a good one. They're all done by the same artist. And I think I can show you because I mean, if there was a copyright, I'm sure that, this is, like this one says, by George, it does hold 20 college boys. It has a cartoon of a beetle with, like, supposed to be 20 college boys, and I guess these are college professors. So they're all these, like, you know, Volkswagen jokes. It's just cute, and it's so funny because my husband and I, like, this one's cute. It's a great little car in the snow, and it's going down like a ski hill. I love it. I love the artwork. I love the humor. There was one that my husband's like, this is you. So it's a lady going outside to cover up her bug. So it's hilarious. So I thought that was really fun and really neat that I don't know that if he remembered, I don't think he, you know, it had been sitting around stuff somewhere. He's like, he was telling me about, he's like, oh, I gotta go find this thing for you. And I'm like, what thing? He's like, you'll see. So he found it for me and gave it to me, which was super awesome. They're not, I think this one's one of the more rare ones, but it still only brings like $10 to $15 on eBay. But I love it. I will treasure it. And I just think it's super, super cool. Super cool that somebody, you know, was like, oh yeah, I have this thing and I want to give it to you. Because, it, you know, he knew it would mean something to me. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been cleaning and going through stuff. I cleaned out the hallway closet, and man, was it packed full of just stuff. Like, I know stuff that I'm like, why is this even in this closet? And I think it like stirred up some dust. And it's like, ugh. So then I did get some mugs this week. It kind of like, the mugs like were flowing in, and then it was like, not so much. So I was so excited to get some mugs. These actually came into me through way of the LYS. So this is in Indianapolis. Super cool. I love that it has the car for the Indy 500. It has a really cool Ferris wheel in the back. I love things with like Ferris wheels on them. And then the other one that came in that a friend got for me by way of her son is a Dallas. So I love it. It has the little steer here. There's a football. A cowboy hat, a boot, and I love the colors. I'm like green, yellow, orange, and gray. It's for this girl. And then I got a Florida mug. So excited because it's super cool. Very Florida colors to me when I think, you know, Florida. I think of the pinks and blues and yellows. I love it. It has an orange here and then like an orange slice. And then has a flamingo, which made me think of Kimberly of Sock Bunny Knit and Fit, because she lives in Florida and loves flamingos. And then the thing that, like, I didn't realize this was on this mug, or it would have made me want this so bad, is it has the space shuttle, because Cape Canaveral is in Florida, where they set off the shuttles to go to space. And since I have a son who is obsessed with space, it kind of makes me just a wee bit obsessed with space as well, or things with shuttles on it, because he wants to play on the moon. So, super awesome. It's like one of those things that I will think of my son every time I use it, because it has the shuttle on it. So, super awesome. Get to knock 3 more off my list. Super, super excited. So, I love them. I love them so much. I use them every day. Like, every day I get up and I make my cup of tea in a different one. Every morning. It's so awesome because it, like, totally triggers the people or, like, places. Like, I've been to Florida. I had family that lived there. I used to go when I was a little kid to summers in Florida. I haven't been to Indianapolis, but I've been through it. Never been to Texas, but I hear they have one heck of a state fair. I'm telling you. Oh, like fried food heaven there. Be probably sick as a dog by the time I left, but I love fair food. Oh yeah. So that's it. Like I said, I feel been just uber productive on the knitting front. Got lots of knitting done this week. Uber productive with things at home. Just cleaning stuff out, cleaning stuff up, getting rid of things. It feels so good. And it's like one of those things you don't realize how much just crap you acquire. You know, we've been in this house over 6 years, and it's so funny because there's stuff that I'm like, wow, we still have this stuff. Like, we're still finding things, and then there's things you forget you had, and stuff that I'm like, why did I hold on to this? Like, that's been like my big like theme these last couple weeks is as I go through, I'm like, why did I hold on to this? I don't want this. I don't need this. So, and yet at the same time, I don't feel like enough stuff is gone. Like, I look around, I'm like, man, we still have a lot of stuff. So, I guess, talking with a friend of mine that comes into LYS, she was saying that there is a knitting podcast where the person was like, oh, I'm going to get rid of one thing every day for a year. I don't remember what she said it was called. It's one I hadn't heard of that I wasn't familiar with. So I'll need to check it out. But I'm like, I am so up for doing that. Like, her and I were like, she's like, yeah, I really want to try it. I'm like, I will totally do it with you. Like, we can be like buddies and like hold each other accountable. But I said, what we should do to step it up is like, okay, you gotta get rid of one thing every day. But if you bring something into the house, you bring in a little knick-knack or piece of clothing or something, you should have to get rid of that one a day plus match whatever you brought in. I'm thinking that's what'll really make it a challenge. I'm thinking, yeah, let's get rid of some crap. So, you know, back in the day, like a long time ago, there used to be like Fly Lady. I don't know if Fly Lady has like an app or something, but it would give you like an email every day of something to do. And it wasn't just one email. I swear you get your inbox full of just stuff. But I'm like, I need something like that. I need something that'll like tell me to go clean out something that like I maybe wouldn't have thought of, right? Like, or to do something. So, I'm curious. If you have any apps or any suggestions or something like that, I'm curious to hear. I'd love to hear about it. So, I think that's going to be it for me this week. So, I am Jenna, also known as RetroLemon. I am RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Fitbit, and Weight Watchers. So, till next week. I'll see you then. Bye.